Alright, we are back with another video, and today, I don't know how long it's going to be, 'cause it's just something I just thought of, and I really want to talk about it. So, it's what do you want to actually achieve with your life? What do you want to go and do, go and accomplish that will fulfill you, that's going to satisfy you? What is going to be your purpose? What do you want from life? And this is something that's so important in everything you do, day to day, whether it's what's going to make you happy, something to aim for, whatever it may be. So, if you're happy with waking up, going on a walk, and that's what makes you happy, and you don't have to have anyone else around you can just go on a walk with a dog or something, and you just walk through nature in the middle of the hills and the mountains, something, and that's what makes you happy, then that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Like, that makes you happy. That's if you're completely happy from something, then that's fine. But if you want to achieve more, if you want to go and get more, if you want to constantly be better, then you can't just sit around and expect it to happen. Because people mistake success for thinking that you're going to be successful and hoping, and they mistake the idea that I think I'm going to be happy when I'm from doing this, and that's what's going to make me happy. They think that doing something that brings them lots of money, lots of physical items, physical things they can have and possess, they think that's going to make them happy. But that's wrong. What more do you want? So you don't just want money, you want the physical items. But what more do you want? Do you want to be able to provide for your family? Do you want to have more time off work? Do you want to live in a certain place? Do you want to be able to do whatever you want whenever you want? It's obviously money is a very important thing, but you've got to think about what more do you want, because a lot of people, they'll say, "Oh yeah, I want to be rich," but why do you want to be rich? What does money give you that you want? What are you going to achieve when you've got that amount of money? What are you going to spend that money on? What are you going to do with the remainder of the money? It's all about not just what you want to achieve, but what comes after you've achieved that goal. Once you've hit 10k a month, do you just stop there and do you just stay at 10k, or do you keep progressing on 15k, 20k, 50k, 100k a month? Do you keep progressing, or do you just stay at 10k and become happy? You've got to understand that what does actually make you happy. You've got to figure that out before you go and think, "Oh, I do this and I'll be happy," because you'll just be chasing that bigger and bigger pot eventually of money will make me happy. You make 10k a month, you're making more than a lot of people, and it doesn't make you happy. And you're like, okay, maybe 50k, maybe 100k, maybe $1 million a month, and you keep reaching those goals, and it's not making you happy. And you've got to understand what your actual purpose is. Do you want to help people? Do you want to be able to spend more time with your family? Just actually look at the things that bring you happiness, bring you joy, and make that what you want to do in life. So maybe it is spending time with family. Maybe it's spending more time in the gym and helping people develop their dream physique. Maybe it's learning how to do kickboxing or something. Whatever it's going to be, what brings you joy? You've got to figure that out. And you want to use that as a step toward either finding your purpose, or you want that to be your purpose. And it doesn't have to be what you want to be for the rest of your life, because obviously it could be something like, "Oh, I want to make some money. This is my first mission in life." That in my current stage, I've got a good physique now, I've done some fighting, now I want to make money. This is the current phase I'm in, and my priority is to make more money, and I want to be on 10k a month, and that's my goal. But I see that in the future I can grasp the idea that eventually money won't be that big of a deal to me, because I'll be making so much of it. I'm not going to be worried about, "Oh, I need to make this much a month" anymore, because I'll have enough. I'll be able to do what I want and spend as much as I want, because I'll have that money through hard work. But then I'll have to find a new purpose, and I imagine it will be something along the lines of starting a family, raising my children, having a good connection with my wife, and whatever it may be. I know my purpose will change once I've achieved this goal. Maybe it'll take a few years for me to achieve it, but once I achieve it, I will have to adjust and move on to something else that I want to achieve. And people have got to understand that, and they think they can just have this one goal of making money, and then they're going to achieve that goal, and then they think that's it, and then they assume they'll just go into retirement. But like, what are you going to do with your life once you've achieved this first goal? What's the next step for you? And people look at it and say, oh, I just want to retire early. What are you going to do in retirement? You're going to sit around all day, maybe do some travelling. Once you've been travelling for a few years, then what? You've been to most places, you've seen most places, seen most cultures, you've spent months in most places. What next? What do you really want to do? What's going to bring you joy? It's not just a short journey, it's the whole life. And you've got to look at it as you could live to over 100 now, and you could be quite young. You could be 25 or younger, you could be 20, you could be 15, 18, whatever. You could have 80 years left in your life, and you're thinking that you just want to make some money in those 80 years, and that's your only goal. That's your only purpose. What are you going to do once you've made that money? You've got to figure this out. You've got to accept that a purpose is not going to be there forever. You've got to find new purposes, because eventually you're going to achieve a certain level within that purpose where you don't feel as fulfilled in it anymore. And it may mean you need to take time away from it. It may mean that you need to adapt it in a certain way to do something different with it. But eventually it might not be as fulfilling for you. So you've got to be prepared for the situation where you've been doing this for a while, you've reached that goal, you've been doing that purpose and fulfilling it for months, for years, and you don't get what you used to get from it. I used to play a lot of rugby, and I absolutely loved it. It was the best sport, I thought, and I was playing it, I was training, I was going to the gym, doing actual rugby training by myself and with the teams. I was with the school team and the club, and I was training so hard and I loved it. And then eventually I just fell out of love with the sport. And that's not anyone's fault. And it's not that I didn't want to keep playing. It's not that it wasn't a good sport, not that it wasn't fun, but I wanted to go and do something else. And because I've been doing it for so long, about 4 or 5 years, and that's not even that long in the grand scheme of things, but because I've been doing it for that amount of time, I kind of just thought, what do I want to do now? I've done this, what's the next step for me? And that's when I committed to doing the gym. And your life comes in steps, in stages, different phases of life where different things are your priority. So now you could be 18, 25, somewhere in there, and you're like, okay, I want to make money. That's my priority right now. I've got to start making money so I can become independent, start providing for the people around me. Then after that, after I'm 25, what do I want to do? Do I want to start giving back? Do I want to start going out there trying to meet the people I want to be around for the rest of my life? What is it that I want to do with those next 5, 10 years? And I think about it probably every day now, and it's not something that comes easy to me, because I'm like, it's scary thinking that everything could change within 5 to 10 years, and I'd have to re-evaluate and reinvent almost my whole life. So when it comes to remaking my goal, my purpose, and reinventing it, I've just got to, it'll come in time. And I know that even if I think about it now, it's not the right time to be worrying about it, considering what I'm going to be doing at that point, because in 5 to 10 years, once I've achieved this goal of making more money, I could be a completely different person, I could have completely different values, and I could have completely different life views, and that could change the things that I want to accomplish and the things I want to do. So I'm not going to, obviously I've got goals for the future, but I'm not going to set in stone the things I want to achieve 10, 20 years down the line, because I know that 5, 10 years down the line, I could be a very different person. So it's kind of write down as you go what you want to achieve, and let let your goals, let your purpose be adjustable, so you can pick and change sort of thing, and make it something that you actually want to do. Make it something that brings you joy, helps other people, and allows you to do what you want when you want. And that's the most important thing. You should be able to do what you want when you want with the people you want to be with. And at the end of the day, you've got to figure out slowly what it is you want to do, who the people you want to be are, and who you want to be with are, who those people are, and what kind of money, where do you want to be, what money do you want to earn. You slowly piece together this story of yours bit by bit, and then 15, 20, 30 years down the line, you've forged the lifestyle you want, and you're happy on a day-to-day basis. But the thing is, you can be happy now. You can understand now, what is it I want from this current moment that's going to bring me the most happiness. Okay, making money. I'm going to go and start committing to this. And then at the end of the day, you look back, you've been to the gym, you've worked 8 hours on this new business, you've been reading, you've spent time with the people you like, and you look back at the day and you're like, I haven't wasted a second. I spent the whole day working and striving and taking steps toward this next phase for me, so that I can look back and be happy with what I've been doing. You can then look back at the end of the day, you can think, I'm not wasting a second of what I do. I'm just completely attacking my goals, so that success is inevitable. Because I'm so indefinite with the amount that I pride myself in work. I'm so constant with how much I do. It's just, you can't give up. You've got to accept that your goals will change, your purpose will change over time as you achieve the things you set out to achieve. So I think we'll leave it there, and just remember to be prepared for change and acknowledge it, and do change with the times, with what you think, with the people you're around, and the new things that are coming out. You've got to understand that change is what brings so many more things, so many more events and opportunities for life. So as change comes, change with it, but always keep your morals grounded, always keep your values set in stone, and then just keep that purpose going. But the purpose can change, but make sure you have a purpose, so that you can continually drive and strive for something greater than yourself.